Hello, and welcome to the Ohio University Career and Leadership Development Center's virtual LinkedIn workshop. Do you know how to effectively use LinkedIn? LinkedIn is often the first social media platform used by employers and recruiters to screen potential candidates. This workshop examines how to best use this platform to build your network, appear in numerous employer and recruiter searches, and translate past and current experiences into future job and transferable skills. You have the option to simply follow along in this virtual presentation and watch it as a video. Or you can follow along with the presentation and also log into your LinkedIn page while I go through each of the sections of the profile, job search, and alumni page. At this point, feel free to pause this video to get your computer set up for the rest of the session. Let's get started. By the end of this workshop presentation, you will understand how to maximize your individual LinkedIn profiles and interpret how to use the job and alumni search features in this platform. We are going to quickly go through the importance of LinkedIn to let you know why it can be so important as a social media platform for professionals. Let's review some statistics. With over 467 million users worldwide, 400 million students and recent college graduates actively use LinkedIn. 40% of users log into LinkedIn daily, and 57% of companies have a LinkedIn company page. A 2013 study conducted by the Society for Human Resources Management shows that 77% of hiring professionals are using social media in their search process. And of that group, 94% are using LinkedIn. Now, let me walk you through the process that takes place for an employer side of the job search and where LinkedIn can play the biggest role. After you apply for a position, a search committee typically reviews your application materials. During this review period, the search committee may check your LinkedIn and other social media platforms. They will want to know what your skills, potential recommendations you've received, even see what you look like as well as your mutual connections to this and to them. I think it's important for you to know that even though you haven't even had the interview yet, they are already checking your social media platforms to see if you're someone that they would like to interview. If you're lucky enough, they will choose to interview you. During that time, you will get a chance to ask them questions, as well as find out if this is the company that you would like to work for. Additionally, they will then check your references, and if successful, they will make you an offer. As you can see, this is why it's so important to have a well-developed profile on LinkedIn. It is usually step 2 in the search committee's process where your public social media platforms could be reviewed. So it is essential to have a completed and updated professional profile sooner rather than later. Now, let's spend some time going through what makes a complete LinkedIn professional profile. Having a good profile picture is the first step. You are 14 times more likely to have your profile viewed if you have a photo. You can even check your profile settings and choose to allow everyone on LinkedIn to view your profile for the best results in communicating your brand through LinkedIn. If you do not already have a professional headshot, you can take a nice photo using a smartphone in front of a plain background. Senior photos from high school will work for freshmen, but once you are on campus, keep your eye out for free headshots being offered by multiple student organizations and colleges throughout the school year. For instance, when there is a larger career fair on campus in the fall and spring, there are often free headshots being offered throughout those weeks. In terms of your headline, use the most relevant leadership or work-based position that you currently hold in your current major at Ohio University. If you do not hold a relevant position based on what you hope to do in the future, you can also list what you aspire to do in the near future post-graduation. A summary of 40 words or more can make you more likely to appear in searches by employers or colleagues. A good example of a summary can include what field of study you are interested in, what skills you have, and past leadership experiences. This next section of LinkedIn is similar to what you would have on your resume. Under Experience, you will list previous jobs and positions, including what you accomplished at each position. For instance, if you have worked on campus in culinary services, you would list that job and then the skills you engaged in during that job. If you would like help to set up a resume or review your profile on LinkedIn, the CLDC is available to meet with you remotely. You can schedule those coaching appointments through Handshake, which I will mention later in this presentation. Having something listed in your education section can also increase your views in LinkedIn. As a matter of fact, those who have education on their profile receive an average of 10 times more profile views than those who do not. In this section, it is important to list the full title of your future degree. For example, do not just list BS in journalism. Instead, write out the full title as a Bachelor of Science in Journalism. If you are an undecided student, you can always list University College as your degree until you have declared your major and degree program. One of the largest parts of student life on campus is organizations. It is important to list what you have joined on campus and what you do within that organization. You can also list national organizations you are a member of here, such as National Honor Societies. Skills and endorsements allow other LinkedIn members to see some of those strengths you have that make you unique and an expert in your field. For instance, if you have taken several Excel courses and have an Excel certification, you can list this as a special skill. If you add at least 5 key skills you have mastered from previous experiences, classes, and jobs, it will be easiest for others to also endorse you for these or other skills over time. A tip for getting to the point where you have people endorsing you for skills is by completing your profile in LinkedIn. Otherwise, you will have less views and engagement with your profile long term. As your profiles become more fully developed and you gain involvement through positions, jobs, and organizations, one of the best ways to show future employers your qualifications is through recommendations. There are a lot of options for requesting that someone write you a short recommendation. For example, you can reach out to past or current managers, professors, or even classmates with whom you have worked on projects to write you a recommendation in LinkedIn. The idea behind recommendations is if you write a recommendation for someone, then they should write one for you too. Additionally, if you request one from someone, you should also write one for them. In this section, you have options to add your honors and awards, courses you have taken, and projects you have completed either in or outside of the classroom. In the honors and awards section, consider only listing industry-relevant awards. For example, if you are a journalism student and have received a journalism award for your writing or a project, that is a great example of an honor or award to list that is industry-specific. Courses are a wonderful thing to list as well, especially if you are not heavily involved in student organizations and other positions yet due to the demand of your major or your program of study. It's a good idea to list courses that are directly relevant to the field you plan to pursue. Lastly, you should feel confident in the projects that you choose to share. You can even upload a file that may directly relate to a project you are proud of, such as a philanthropic event that you orchestrated and the advertisement or communication plan you executed for the project's success. For this section of the workshop, we will take a look at a few tools in LinkedIn that will help you navigate and maximize your use of the platform. When you are actively pursuing an internship or job, you are able to show that to recruiters and employers by adjusting your privacy settings to let them know. If you want employers to see your profile and let them know you are searching, switch your setting to on. If you prefer to use your LinkedIn page for professional social media engagement as opposed to job searching, leave this setting off to avoid giving the wrong message to employers who are actively recruiting in LinkedIn. In addition to letting recruiters and employers know you are looking for a position, you can also use LinkedIn as a job search engine. Let's look at the job search tool in detail. In the example you see here, the job search bar at the top of LinkedIn allows you to search based on title and keywords, as well as location. In this example, we see that by typing in medical and Columbus, Ohio, Over 14,000 results are displayed. If you want to narrow your search by a more specific term or position title, this will make the search much less overwhelming. There are other ways of using LinkedIn besides just job searching and career development. For instance, if you are interested in graduate programs, instead of entering the workforce after graduation, you can use LinkedIn to search for appropriate colleges and programs of study in the general search bar at the top of the main page. As you can see in this example of the University of California, Los Angeles, you can look for programs and information about the school itself. Additionally, you can even look for alumni from different institutions and find out where they work now to know if a school will broaden your network in your field of study. Lastly, let's look at using LinkedIn to search and connect with alumni at your current institution. By using the top search bar on the main LinkedIn page, you can type in Ohio University and find all alumni who are currently engaged in LinkedIn. The great part about using this tool to connect with alumni is that we know that alumni enjoy being able to give back to our institution. If you are unsure of a place you want to work or a location you would like to move for a job, connecting with an alumni is a great way to learn about something from the expert who has a lot in common with you from the very beginning, being a Bobcat. An example of a search using the key term medical in the alumni page of Ohio University can be seen on your screen. As you can see, over 21,000 alumni are connected to the medical field in some way, and over 4,000 of those alumni work in the Columbus, Ohio area. Once your profile is complete, you will have the ability to connect more seamlessly to these alumni and even send them in messages to connect. Throughout this workshop, we have spent time examining how to maximize the use of LinkedIn to help you build your network, appear in numerous employer and recruiter searches, and engage in a professional social media platform. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation and are able to walk away with a better understanding of LinkedIn and all of its capabilities. As mentioned earlier, if you would like to speak with a coach in the CLDC regarding your LinkedIn page, or to generally discuss your career and leadership goals and experiences, we are available to have these discussions with you in a 30-minute session. You can schedule these appointments using the Handshake platform. You can log into Handshake at ohio.joinhandshake.com. Once logged in with your Ohio University email and password, click on Career Center on the top bar of the Handshake homepage. Then click on Appointments. We look forward to hearing from you soon, and go Bobcats!